Hello everyone, it is me, Aura here, and today we are going to be playing Ace Attorney Apologistus. Now, I bought the Apologistus trilogy, so I have to select the first game from this menu. Obviously, we're going to be playing Apologistus, the first in the second Ace Attorney trilogy. So, I'm just going to go ahead and hit new game, and we're going to get started. Very excited. Ace Attorney is one of my favorite series of video games, so I'm excited to get to play through it. So let's get started. Alright. Episode 1, Turnabout Trump. Right. Really dig the visuals. Showdown time. You lose. Sound of death. Remake! Whoa. That was a good transition. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Alright. Here we go. April 20th, 9:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I really am a big fan of the portrait of the judge on the wall. He looks very majestic. Alright. Panicked. I'm sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. I thought he was gonna say Mom Spaghetti after that. I'm super serious. Ah, good morning. Oh. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. This is the voice I'm gonna give him because, you know, he's Christoph Gavin. He's super fruity. He's zesty. So I'm gonna give him a zesty voice. Then I'm gonna do my best to continue with my boy fail voice for Apollo. Oh, wound up, sir? No, loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? Haha, you're so funny, Christoph. I'm fine. I like that that's his vocal tick. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. You shake your head at me. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Yeah, you don't want him to go to jail, obviously. It's kind of your job. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. God, he's so awkward and weird. I love it. He's so relatable. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. You can't let this case fall through. I don't like the look on his face, I'm gonna be real honest. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. Yay! Oh, my name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. Today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Hobo Phoenix is crazy. It's so weird seeing him like this, because I'm so used to, obviously, him looking at least a little bit less rugged. I mean, obviously, in the first trilogy, he looks not completely polished, like his suit is a little bit too big for him, and you can tell he's not completely put together, but that's because he's a new attorney, and that makes sense, but he really holds up, though, to say the least. Whoa! Bruh, morning! Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial, nervous, meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think Apollo is arguably even more relatable than Phoenix is. Phoenix, as an attorney, is pretty relatable, but nothing is more relatable than that. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So, you're... Fine! I'm fine! Ah, Mr. Fine, is it? Ah, I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend, so why? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, It's time. Shall we? Yes, sir. Oh boy, he's a disaster. Phoenix is so nonchalant, acting like it's not a big deal. He was not like this when he was on the team of defense. He was always like shaking in his boots. But he's acting cool as a cucumber now that he's actually being framed for murder. Okay, I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice. I love that he says, "Here comes justice." Oh my god, he's such a boy fail. He's my favorite out of all the defense attorneys. I love Athena's like energy and her behaviors as well. But I feel like he's easily the most relatable defense attorney out of all of them. But obviously, Phoenix is an icon too. Here Comes Justice is hilarious. April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. I don't know how many. Oh my god, Winston Payne. Sorry. I need a second to process Winston Payne. Holy shit. Holy moly, his hair is looking bad as ever. Alright. The court is now in session. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. That's the voice I'm gonna give him. I feel like it's very fitting. The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. I'm going blank. Don't panic. Too late. That's how I would be if I were in this situation. I would be having a panic attack so fast. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Well, Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, defense attorney must always cede his client's wishes. And my client has specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? Well, Judge, maybe because he's been there? When Phoenix was an attorney, his first case was a murder too. You know, you were there. But no, he's gonna act like Phoenix wouldn't do this to help someone else. He sees himself in Apollo, obviously. So he wants to give him a chance. And as he should. Apollo is trying his best, and he'll be fine. He's not by himself. I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Well, that's because Phoenix isn't a defense attorney anymore. Crazy word. 7 years go by. Now it's Kristoff who's the best defense attorney. Shake my head. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience. Fine. But does he have cords of steel? No, he doesn't. He has zesty cords. I don't even know why I said that. Then, let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. Here he is. I think his hat says Papa on it, which is very, very funny. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. Ah, Winston Payne, subtle as ever, I see. When the crime occurred at the Bush Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he did wham on the head, stab, killed him cold. A customer at a restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was? The pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, a pianist? This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. I feel like this was probably like censoring on purpose to keep the rating lower. But was Phoenix an alcoholic during the 70s? If so, that's really sad. Because obviously they say that it's grape juice, but I feel like the point is to be like, oh, he was an alcoholic for 7 years because he was depressed about losing his attorney's profession. Anyway, that's a little bit too much. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Ah, yes, the deadly bottle. Let me take a drink of my drink. I'm dehydrated. I love that, the deadly bottle of evidence. And how he addresses it. I feel like the judge is like got so few brain cells. I don't know how he manages to stick around. I know he's old, but he's even older now. It's a deadly bottle after the court record. I love that they even call it the deadly bottle in the court record. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. Court record. Right. I've heard of that. Use E to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right. Just use E. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. So, the victim was a customer of this restaurant. Hang on. E, okay. Smith's autopsy. Time of death was around 2 a.m., April 17th. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. Okay. I'm surprised that the bottle wasn't shattered. Crime Photo 1. Sub-basement of the Borscht Ball Club. Let's zoom in on this. Bottle's intact. And his forehead is covered, so that doesn't really help me that much. The bottle. You can look at it. Oh. The bottle's completely empty. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Yeah, that's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. How well it goes with borscht. Ew. What a thing to be thinking about. Okay, I don't think there's anything else for me to look at in this. Okay. Anything else in here? Oh. Victim's name. Shady Smith. Age, question mark. Male, also has time of death. April 17th, between 1:45 a.m. and 2:15. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to forehead. Okay. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Oh, is it the attorney badge? Oh. This button? Or there's a number, there's a number inscribed in the back of the badge. There are many numbers like this, but this one's mine. Proof that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I got a happy feeling inside just looking at it. So did Phoenix. He loved showing it to everyone. You're like, this is my badge! And you can show it as evidence. Alright, well, that's all the evidence I have. Oh, I have people too. Honestly, Christoph Gavin, boss at Gavin Law Offices. Tertiary defense attorney and my trusted mentor. Phoenix Wright, pianist at the Borscht Ball Club, formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Love not being able to speak. Shady Smith, the victim of this case, a traveler, only recently back in the country. Winston Fay, oh, he's 61 now? Oh my god. I wish I had the judge. How old is the judge? He's been alive for quite a long time. He looks the exact same somehow. Alright, Winston Payne, the prosecuting attorney. All his experience, he certainly lacks a presence. Yeah. Alright. Anyway. That's all my evidence I have right now. But just who was this Shady Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. Traveler? According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to his country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant. That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Ball Club on the night of the crime. So that would mean no, but you know. Thanks for nothing, Winston, as usual. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing? That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least, not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. I already looked at this. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself. Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Sorry, Christoph, objection. Well, this will not make me laugh. It's so zesty, just like him. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yes, it was only that. A game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits. A silent clash of passions. Or in the cards, the facts reaped in blue flame. Its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs around them. Our defense was waxing poetic and intent to mystify those present and impress women. Winston, let's take a moment here and let's be logical with this. You think Christoph Gavin is trying to impress women? That zest fest? No, I don't think so. Okay, Delulu. Anyway, that will be our first order of business here then. We'll find out more about this video game of cards. That smirk. He's not scared. I don't know how. Very well defended. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. No, here comes justice. Boo! Okay. Witness testimony. A competition. I'm a pianist by trade, and I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at poker tables. Normally we play, and the competition there are the closing attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game. And our customers are happy. I mean, people are easily impressed. People do enjoy watching games like poker and stuff, so makes sense. A pianist who can't play piano. Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. You won't, Apollo. It's okay. Got this. Here comes justice, you know? I got a straw for this. Look. Are you alright? Sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? That's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. I don't feel strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. But you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course in cross-examination? Yes. Because I don't know how it works on my keyboard. Better safe than sorry, especially this early in the game. Is he breaking the fourth wall, or does he mean, like, in theory? Yeah, I don't know what buttons to press. Yes, teach me. I know nothing. See, your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Well, I have the court record. No for inconsistencies in the testimony. What the court record tells you. When you found an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence from the court record. Anything strange at all in that testimony just now. A good sign to press the witness with a cue for more information. Press him? Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. But is Mr. Reitman calling? Well, think you can do it? Yes! Thank you, sir! I think I can do it. I think you better, or we're going to have a problem. Just remember, find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, reveal them to the court. This is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies? Lies? Phoenix Wright? Ms. Liv, Phoenix Wright would never lie. And it's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Well, I wouldn't call Phoenix a liar, necessarily. The thing with him is he does have to, like, kind of shit out ideas and stuff. That's kind of how he works. He is the CEO of bluffing, and somehow it is able to get him through everything, pretty much. But I guess that's just how it works. Alright, cross-examination. Competition. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. Should I just press everything? Hold it. If you could hardly play, I'm gonna turn the volume up because it's a little quiet. Oh, I play sometimes when customers demand it. But I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Is that supposed to be a buzz just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Bushbowl Club? My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. Why did I say the pork table? Okay. They tell you just to play poker? That seems to be the case. I am a professional after all.
Bah! Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for us hardworking member of society like me to imagine.
Yes. Your imagination is always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
Sorry, the finger comes with it. It's because it's giving the actually emoji. I played poker for 7 years in the middle round. And I've never lost once. That's crazy. But that sounds very Phoenix Wright of him, so who's surprised? What? You see why the customers come now? To defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. You've played poker for 7 years and not lost once? Is that even possible? The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. Okay. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction? It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black markets? All in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say that there were a lot of dealings being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. Oh, the judge is so weird. I love him. He's so funny. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, the goon keeps watch at the small window. I can practically picture it now. It does look like it would be a good place for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had a few other tricks to prove, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. Okay. 2 decks of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lines scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards on the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. Crime scene painted blue by sets with cards. That's weird poetry. Like, what? Why is he doing this? It's poetic, really. Okay, sure, Kristoff. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards in the club. One deck of cards is red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, game of hands. this competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? You are not murdered for a simple game, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying at the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. I completely let that one slip by. Oh, spare me that, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. Complete silence regarding the murder. Well, I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Lying in a testimony. It's a little early to reveal great conclusions. This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Wait, I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to that testimony again. Okay. So, I think I know which one it is. Not that one. Again. No, because I saw it when I saw it on screen, I knew which one it was. But for some reason, now that I'm looking back at it, I don't remember which one it is. At all. No, it's not that one. Remember what did he say that I was like, oh, that's wrong. That's not true. He said something that threw me off a little bit ago, and I can't remember which one it is now. Something about the cards on the floor? No. That one. No, I feel like press this one again because he said something about when you weren't gambling. That's right, it was free. You didn't bet any money? Not even a little? The only thing at stake in our game was pride itself. Oh, well put, Mr. Wright. Never mind to play a hand pulled for my sake. The stakes? Your fate. Can we get back to the trial now? No, because that was different. So simple, maybe 2 bucks of cards. He said something about... Maybe it was this one? Play poker. I'm a professional. Yes. Can you do that cardless statement? No, because judge say something that made it seem like I can't tell from the picture, but the judge made it seem like something was off. Pretty impossible. So it was definitely this one. Better draw. So I need better draw. Never lost once. Maybe one time. How do I present? How do I present? How do I present it? 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 I start pushing buttons. Okay, that wasn't the one. Present it. It's not like shadows, details, over. It's not giving me an option. Presents either options. No, which one? It's R. It's R. Okay. E. Why can't I do it then? Once. I feel like it should be here, right? What? This is R. But I can't do it? Well, the game's way of saying it wrong. That must be the game's way of saying that I'm wrong then, right? If I can't... Okay. Main button. No! So it's clearly not it. As soon as you're happy, we'll say never touch the murder weapon. Let me look at it. Wait. It has his prints on it. Me overcomplicating it. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle? Right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice. He. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see. It was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Yeah. Objection! Don't need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But my court's sealed. Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove it. How would prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints? Huh? Yeah, fingerprints on the murder weapon weren't upside down. That's definitely not great for his case. Because that would mean that he had to have pulled it upside down. And that would be the perfect position for someone to whack someone in the head with something. That's not a good case for him. Ugh, that's a big yikes. I don't know how he's supposed to dig himself out of this hole. He probably has an explanation. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he's holding them out and burning. I'm not gonna be the only one who think that. Let's just lock his flipping then.
Yes, to bring some milk bottle.
That's a crazy way to phrase that. Imagine saying that about someone so casually. Bring someone with a bottle. Wow. Ouch. Jesus. He could have used any other phrasing for some reason he decided to say that. Actually kind of criminal. But, you know, he does shit like this all the time. I'm not surprised. So dramatic. Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh. I see no problem in this. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. We'll see. Defendant, can you explain the fingerprints on the bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? It's like, I get it. It's like, obviously, everyone has the right to remain silent. And, you know, deciding not to say anything is your right in court. But, like, it's just a bad look in this type of situation. It just makes it look like all these accusations are true. I feel like the problem is it's like always like choosing to be silent is basically like an admission of guilt almost. Even though obviously he's innocent, but he looks so guilty because he's literally saying, no, I don't want to talk about it. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? He should know better than anyone else that this makes him look so dumb and so guilty. He's been doing this for years. But, you know, he has taken a 7-year hiatus against his will, so, you know, maybe he's losing his touch. For now. Oh, well, for now. Ooh, he wants to give us a pause for dramatic effect there. Be like, I'll let you have your gears turn, let you think about it for a little bit, and then I'll reveal the truth to you slowly for dramatic effect. Or you can just be easy. Or you can just be easy. He would never choose to do that. It's Phoenix, right? Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. Well, I was saying. That's what I was saying. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. He just said he would tell us later. But, you know, obviously Winston Payne is gonna be like, Objection. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? The night of the crime. Who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Knight. But still, that. Oh, really? I love how the judge doesn't fucking know what's going on ever. It's like he doesn't read these cases beforehand or something. He just like maybe he just like looks at a summary and then jumps into it because he didn't even know that. He's a dumbass.
Yes, well, according to the case file, Murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in the basement, two floors down from ground level.
Mm-hmm.
Our cell phones can't get reception so far down.
So we need to go upstairs to get reception, obviously.
And use the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. Call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this is the phone that made the call. He still has that stupid Nokia. He needs a new phone. He's like... He's trapped in the past. That phone is so old. The fact that he... I can't. And it's blue, too. It's so stupid. Alright, cell phone. I need the court record. Can I look at it? Hang on.
The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose.
That's a good point. I'm going to look at the Nokia. Oh, it's because it's so old. Wow, the battery's being held on with a piece of tape. Just buy a new one. We can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. I think it's both. Honestly, I think it's both.
The only thing of note on this phone is the battery being held in place.
This phone has seen better days. I forgot. The battery being held in place with tape is crazy. There's a certain point where you just have to let go. But I guess not. Okay, anyway. That's low-key sad. I still have, yeah, everything else is the same. The only thing new that I have is the phone. Well, his duties as a citizen are important to the authorities. Yeah, who would just self-report like that? Like, if he could have, he would, or, well, yeah, he could have. He could have fled the scene of the crime, but he didn't, obviously, because he didn't do it. No one knew except him that a crime had been committed. Well, I mean, to our knowledge. He was literally the one who reported it, so.
And you claim he was being uncooperative.
I see, Mr. Gavin. You better not waste this.
I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toying? I assure you, no one is more serious about. What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How could you possibly know this?
That's a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. Me. You're as good as I say you are. Or someone else was in the room the night of the crime.
Yeah. You wouldn't really have much of a case if you didn't have a witness. Otherwise, like, no one would be able to substantiate this in any way. It would just be assumptions, which is never a good thing to do in court. Unless we make witness the crime. That's what a witness is. That is what a witness is.
Everything up till now has been a warm up, Justice.
Are you ready? I like that he just calls him Justice. Like, okay, weirdo. He, like, he doesn't even call him by his name or anything. But he's younger than him, so you think that since he's his mentor, that at that point he would just call him by his name. But no, he wasn't Justice. Not Mr. Justice, out of respect. Because, like, obviously everyone else is, like, addresses him by that. In court, that's kind of like the polite thing to do. Not Kristoff. He's just a bitch like that. Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. Oh, this bitch.
The witness must say her name, definition.
Well, hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? What do you mean?
I surmise that he has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. It doesn't even look like horns, it's his hair. So use a little hair gel. Relax, people. And it droops when he gets sad, so definitely not demonic. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear it on my gavel. Please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? No, I don't think so, but... Well, if you are sure it is okay... Now the prosecution... Well, wait a minute. The prosecution care to explain the witness's paraphernalia. Yes. He is a professional. Those are merely the tools of her trade. And that would be... My name is Olga Orly. I am employed as waitress in Borscht Club restaurant. Then why the camera? One thing to do. Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is named in restaurants. But I also perform, as it said, other service. He should reword that. That sounded hella suspicious. I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures. Oh shit, Sherlock. Like for example, this one. I love how all these cinematic pictures are so good. Like, these are great cinematic pictures of Phoenix. And he looks like a straight up hobo, just in general, when he's on the stand. But, like, all these pictures are actually good. What is that? It looks like chicken Kiev. Maybe it is. I'm like, I literally will be like, it looks like chicken Kiev. It probably is. That would make sense. And I think that's Russian. I'm not Porsche, obviously. But, I like Mr. Smith's pink shirt. I'm a big fan. Like Phoenix sitting at that piano. That music is huge. You didn't read that? Oh, there's so much great juice next to him on the floor, Jesus Christ. That's offended? Oh shit, you know what he looks like. What do you mean? Why is he asking it like he's confused? And like acting like he's never seen him before. You know what he looks like. You've seen him a million times. Oh shit. He's like the CEO of just like saying things that everybody already knows. I feel like I see no shit Sherlock in him most of the time. Also, what's that stupid grin on his face? I mean, white cat. One who's gotten kaput. Yes. Yes, we know. That's just a big deal. Duh. Who was questioning that? Order, order. It's just quite a piece of evidence to cut himself into our laugh. Yeah, hello? Why wasn't this submitted to us ahead of time? It's the same way as I draw full bowls of borscht on left of customer. Borscht is cold? I thought it was hot. The court will casually accept this new evidence. I thought borscht was supposed to be hot. It's cold. At the time of murder. I was in the room, a hideout, we call it. It's called like that. Or later. I like this brother now. Well, that is hard for my brain to process. There are so many bottles of grape juice. So it makes sense why you would have touched any of them. Considering the position of where they were, you would have had to grab them upside down. Because he's above them, right? It would be more difficult for him to grab the very bottom of a bottle. Alright, to grab it upside down. I just noticed he was wearing sandals. Why is he wearing fucking sandals? He's dressed like a hobo. Oh. He is really dressed in his prime hobo outfit. Oh, Phoenix, how far you've fallen. It's okay. It's okay. Everyone has their moments in life, surely. Alright, there isn't anything weird about this picture that I can see so far, at least. The thing that I was trying to look at mostly was the bottles of wine. I mean, grape juice. Sorry, the bottles of grape juice. That's the thing I wanted to look at the most. So I don't like the Russian nesting dolls that are on this little fireplace mantle. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, anyway. So, clearly that's what that picture is. The hideout? It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested. Bad guy? Not famous gangster bad guy. Oh, it's just her names are so funny. Is room where murder took place. What? A look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post by courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want copy of. So there's 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. Victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, her witness. Mr. Wright isn't the killer. That means... It was Olga! Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. That's always how it goes. It's like the defense attorney on stand is like, well, it can't be my client, so it has to have been the witness. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. It's kind of like a 50-50 shot, you know? That night, customers asked me to deal cards for gain. It was cold. Both players played with hats on top. Yes, we see that. The victim, he plays full time with his hand on locket of his neck. Then, last hand is done. Something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. Strangling him to death? What? No. What? No, yeah, nice try, Olga. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious? Winner was the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. He said he's never lost, but I don't know about that. Ahem. Justice. Maybe we can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid, it happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as a prosecutor either. Incidentally, there's some evidence here. The picture? Oh. That's a close-up of it. These little poker chips as they lay the very moment of the crime. The hand and the chips on the side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far right side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army. The chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth, it was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. Sure. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Alright, chips photo added the courtroom. The court record. Yes, and the bottle is on the side. And I'm gonna have to examine this photo too. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. God, Winston Payne's side angle is crazy. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. Wait, so before I cross-examine her, I have to look at this picture. This photo. Oh yeah, that's a winning hand, alright. And this is, well, I'll be real honest. I don't know the rules of poker, really. They both have 3 of a kind, right? But is it because the kings are higher value? Right, I would assume it would have to be, but there are definitely more chips on this side. What's wrong with this? I don't know. Nothing is wrong with it, right? It doesn't look like anything is wrong with it. Not that I can see right now. Not that I can see right now. At least. Okay. Okay. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for a game. I don't think I'm gonna get any information out of that. It was cool. Both players played with hats on top. I'm gonna press this one because it's a weird statement. It's already April. How could it be cold? At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride of authentic rustic Russian restaurant food. Outside in the city, it is city in spring, but inside it is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, duh. Then why did she say she was serving them cold borscht? I literally asked about this. He plays whole time with hand on locket on his neck. Yeah. His locket? I believe it was good luck charm, da. He worked it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though, if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. Why is he so stupid? Oh my god. The defensive, clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket? Of course, I knew that. Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, what the fuck is the judge talking about? That makes way more sense. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. She didn't call it that. No, a locket's a locket. Doesn't matter what shape it is. It's considered bad form to poke fun of the hard of hearing in society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding? Yeah, I don't know if he really heard it wrong or if he just doesn't know what's going on. Either way, he's old, so whatever it is. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Last hand is done. Something terrible has happened. Duh. That man threw a victim and strangling him to death. No, he would not have. That's not how he does. But the defendant would never do such a thing. Oh, no. Hello. Well, no, I can say I've heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Still, why would anyone do anything like this over a game of poker? Perhaps it was because the defendant had lost game? Yes, a crushing defeat for a man on defeat. So it always is with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall. Johan, I believe you know what you need to do. I believe you know what it is you need to do. I love when I can't read! Right, sir. Leave it to me. Oh, sorry for my victim, Ginny Smith, Mr. Wright, and Mr. Wright is a killer. Cut you now, Orly. He thinks he got this. No, I know exactly what it is because some kind of locket. There's something terrible has happened. Duh. Cause of death. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Duh, normal customers only choke on borscht.
What? No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Ah, Miss Orley, really now. Did you witness the crime? Eek! Oh, that was impressive. She caught everything. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
It is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Yes, 100%. Oh, he's bald.
There's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Damn. He's bald? I did not know he was bald. I guess that makes sense why he wears that hat then. Sheesh. Oh, that's quite shocking, isn't it? No. It certainly was hit. Yeah, just like in the autopsy report. Almost like we already knew that.
Oh. It was removed during investigation.
Oh yeah, clearly. So if that means he wasn't wearing a hat during it? But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim. His neck.
Oh, really, Miss Orley? We have caught you in your own lie this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm. Perhaps you should think this through once more.
Oh, what do you mean?
Found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me.
Very well.
It seems we should continue the cross-examination. Such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. No such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
So, in theory then, both players played with hats on.
Sorry, getting that one.
No, that's not the problem. I didn't mean to press on it. I don't think both players played with hats on though, because. Oh wait. What? If he was wearing the hat, then how would he have gotten that mark on his head? Is that right? Oh, no, it's not. Honor anything with witness statement. Not sure I follow you. It's clearly, contradicts the, thought. You don't sound very sure, Mr. Justice. Objection overruled. I don't think that won any points to the judge. No, it didn't. Okay, so. Okay, maybe not. Okay, well, let me look at this then. It said that the hat was removed during the investigation, but he was smacked on the head with a bottle. You'd think that it wouldn't have done that much damage if you wearing a hat. But clearly that's what this is. He pressed full time with hand on locket at his neck. Okay. The left hand is done. Something terrible has happened. This is the only one I didn't pass, I think. Something terrible? The defendant will refrain from needless shouting. Sorry. Please seriously reconsider this whole training thing. Now, Miss Orley, can you tell what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I tremble with fear. That seemed to be anything. Oh, after defendant tried to strangle victim, hit him with bottle. Okay, this is her amended statement. You didn't say anything about hitting before. So sorry. I must be forgetting this dog. Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And that clears up that discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. Defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind. His simpler, long-term means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely. He strangled him.
Anything? Fishy in all this.
Okay. I believe you already know what it is you need to do.
Right, sir. Easy. The victim, J.D. Smith, Mr. Hardy. Sorry, he's a killer. Thought you know, Orley. Okay. So it. There's full time with hand on the locket. He's not wearing one.
partner testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. Yeah, he wasn't wearing it. What does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you weren't allowed to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! Sorry. Did you see a locket on a victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I immediately know this. But what's it mean? We are to believe this witness's testimony as is, and the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple. You think the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off now. Taken it off? Wait. No. The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say. Yes? I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Come again? So right, you have a daughter? You confirmed it at the time of the arrest. Picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. Mr. Wright has a locket too? I find that this is just a coincidence. It is a picture of his daughter inside, though. Confirmed it! Well, the results of this poker game led to the murder, so we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. I agree. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant. She doesn't seem very sure about that. That was very suspicious. Serious competition. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. One who was winning thought it was victim. For last hand, defendant played with all chips on table and lose. When loss was decided, defendant grabbed the bottle from table and... Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. But to kill someone over it just because he was always winning? That's crazy. How many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret it. Common tale, but true. He thinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years. So this testimony must be wrong. Yeah, he didn't say that this was his first time losing or anything. He said he hasn't lost ever. Okay. Serious competition. The game began with 3,500 points in chip for each man. Okay, break. I just took a break. You guys won't notice, but I just took a break in between this so I can eat dinner. Anyway, I need to press her on this. This guy's... Are those the usual starting points? Or any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game, usual rule. If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be... exactly 7,000 points. There you go. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. Yeah, that took him. Why did that response from Christoph? I didn't realize. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. I'm locking in with this Russian accent now. I'm also gonna press on this. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder?
Yes?
You should explain a bit about these chips.
Explain? What is there to explain? To be explained?
Poker chips are poker chips. They're the fishing chips. Not a chip off the old block, not a motorcycle cop, not a... Thanks. Sure, I better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they dollars or rubles even? Yet, as I've been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip, 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip. It is not money, Doc. Yes, sir. Don't you find her comment interesting?
And more ways than one, sir.
I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony?
Because Kristoff said to add it, yes. Yeah, I think this deserves further scrutiny.
Add it to the testimony. Why she knew where I was going with this?
I'm gonna be real honest, I don't know where you're going with this.
Very well, witness, if you would be so kind.
I mean, like, obviously it was suspicious that she acted like there might be other chips involved, but is it, chips sitting on the earth? There's, I don't know. I don't have to look at the picture. No, you're wrong.
Each chip is worth 100 points, other kind is worth 1,000. Two kinds in all.
Okay. So, is it like not math or something? So there's 7,000 in total points with all the chips. So there should be 1, 2, what? Hold on. What the frick? There's more points. For sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? Yeah. It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,700 or 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct, let's see, 3 plus 1 carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. Big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100. You add them all up. How much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. He's right. But why? How could this be? Exactly. Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Bones around the chips count, the chip count was wrong. Hang on. Let me look at it. So, okay. Let me do the math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 10 of those. 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the actual 1,000 chip. 1,000 point chips. So that's 7,000 in total. So the amount is right then. So the problem is chip count was wrong. What thing here is the number of chips. Mr. Gammon?
Why are you asking me?
Just in case? It's your case I'm concerned about.
If you're wondering about the chips, just look at the photograph. It's all there. Nor judge with his failing eyesight. Count them. Something like the failing your judge.
No, oh wait, both were right. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph,
There can only be one answer.
well, what is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around.
What? Wanna know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness! Show me the photograph of the chips again. There were 6 small chips, 10 large chips.
Oh yeah. So in that case, obviously, that would be worth 1,000 points, 3,000 points here. 2, 3, 4. 4,000. That's 9,000. Or sorry, 900. 2,900. And then 4,100. So yeah, then that means that Shady Smith lost and Phoenix won. Why, that does make 7,000 points we wanted them up. Yes, Phoenix. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. Oh, wait. The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Oh, no, he didn't. Exactly. If the small chips are worth 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add the points up for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant had 4,100 points. It seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client had even less of a reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Yeah. Now, Miss Worley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? Yeah, she was the dealer. Obviously she knew. Murder! It appears our defendant has lost his weapon, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust it. Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley? I do not want to be saying this, but actually, you see, see what, Miss Orley? What do you see? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. A cheat? You don't mean a trick? Wait, or do you mean a scam? All the same thing? Yes, there was cheat in last hand. This is why game ends with chips as they are. Great, just great. First we have lying and now cheating. Well, this case certainly is taking a turn. Interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Now he's cheating, huh? Your case is falling apart. Alright, you see how the story changes. How much the story changes, really. The final hand. The last hand, both men had full house. Yeah, I saw that. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hand, cheat is more obvious. Next
Next moment, game becomes argument. Da. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in hand. Poor Mr. Smith. I don't think that's true. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. Hang on. I don't see the problem with this, though. All of these are normal. There isn't any duplicates. All of these cards are the same. And there's 3 of each. Well, both decks have 3 red cards and 2 black ones, but that doesn't tell us anything necessarily, does it? I don't think that they're trying to tell us that they both started out with the opposite type. Like one was supposed to have 3 black and the other was supposed to have 3 red. They're not telling us anything like that. There's nothing suspicious here. I mean, I see like a heart card on the floor by Mr. Wright's deck, but we don't know what card that is. And we also see another spade card in the corner by Mr. Smith's deck, but once again, we don't know what card that is. So there's nothing suspicious here. I don't see a problem. She's like, hey, look at the decks thing, you'll be able to tell. I don't see anything that's giving me anything that suggests it's a cheat. There's nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. Okay. Why? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Alright, so well. Both houses a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. But they both have a full house, so why are you assuming that he's the cheater? Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Apollo does not fucking know what's going on. He doesn't play poker. Players these days. You don't know your poker? Wasn't he just talking about being like, poker is so bad? And same thing as the judge. I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Good. No, sure. Oh, wait, was that Apollo? Hang on. Okay. I heard that Apollo line in Kristoff's voice. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair, and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. Right. Items aren't easy to make, is it? In the mini player's hand in this photo. Yes. Wow, they both have full houses. Again, there's an easy win in the full house. And go undefeated for 7 years. Eugene. Wow, well that's easy for you to say, bitch. Him. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Didn't she ask him? Still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? What? Weird. What do you mean? I'm super confused. Why does that mean he lost? You can clearly see that he won. The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace through king. If you look at both men's card hands, cheat is more obvious. Next moment, game becomes argument da, then the trick was exposed. Bundle in hand, or Mr. Smith. She says it was a serious competition, now she says that there was cheating. Justice.
notice anything odd? Someone keeps changing. No, she says that friend cheated.
Actually, yes, I have noticed that.
Let's get to the truth about this cheating first, shall we?
Right, leave it to me. I don't know why she's...
Yeah, they both have full house. Yes, we know that this is true. There's 4 each card in deck. Ace to king. I'm confused as to why that's a problem. Oh, there's 4 aces. But there's no duplicates. There's also 3 sevens, but once again, there's no duplicates. There's not, like, more of one card. I'm so confused. Like, he has 2 kings. He has 3 kings. These are different sevens, and that's another 7. All these aces are different. None of these are duplicate cards. Am I blind? What am I missing? Yes, I see that. Hold my hand. She is more obvious. It's not. This moment being argument about it, and the truth is exposed. The bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. I'm so confused. Here's 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. Yes. What's wrong? Okay, what's wrong with the statement? If you look at both men's hands, she is more obvious. There's something I'm missing in this fucking picture, and I don't know what it is. All 4 aces are present on the table. But that's not weird, because that is 4 aces. It's the same thing with... Unless they're implying that... Wait, no, because that's not a bicycle race. That is some sort of... Well, that's a club card. Or, I mean, a spade card, but that's... we don't know what type of spade card that is. And it's the same thing with this card on the floor. That's a heart card. I don't know what type of card it is. We can't see that. So we don't know... I don't understand. Nothing is weird about this. I don't understand. What? Really could be the blue one that's next up, but... What? I'm super confused. Aces. No. I don't know. She is not more obvious. I don't know what she's talking about. Next moment, game becomes argument. Dot. Defendant's trick was exposed. What trick? Do you recall what the member argued about? I believe so. The victim, he shouts, "More cheater!" And then the defendant shouts something like, "I have objection!" Objection, old habits are not right. First he bluffed his way through the courtroom, and now he bluffs his way through life. However, Mr. Wright lost the hand. That seems to cast the shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith. Humiliation from losing, even when cheating. That is what set fire to the defendant's heart. And what did the flaming defendant do next? But what does it mean he lost? He didn't lose. He won. Okay. Look up old man's hands. I'm gonna press this. I forgot I could press for a second. How is it clear? Ah, well, the defendant, he played a fifth ace. A fifth ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. Oh! I didn't see that! Obviously, cheating is afoot, or as I say, a hand, Your Honor. Perhaps this one can be added to the testimony without Mr. Kane's joke. Very well. This will add this detail to her testimony. Hang on. What? Well, that's not true. Ah, that's what it is. I was gonna say, I don't fucking see that. Okay, liar. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name... Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you want to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. No wonder I was confused. I forgot to press. I was like, there's literally nothing wrong with this photo. It's because Olga's lying. A particular point contradicts the way. There's not 5 aces. This one. Ms. Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only holds 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. No! Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating, alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. Yeah, there is no 5th ace. The 5th ace... Is the 5th ace in the room with us? 2 aces in each player's hand. Does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying. She's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts, Mr. Gavin. Knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead. Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? You don't mind. Perhaps you might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne. Yes? The player's hands that night were set aside as evidence, are they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you be examining? The victim's cards, the defendant's cards. These cards don't prove cheating was going on. Hang on. Which of these hands is more suspicious? The victim's hand. The victim's hand changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Alright, victim's hand. Okay. Well, time's wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. Okay. Huh. Examine evidence for sure view of all sides of angles. By using means to travel forward, being unseen out. Okay, let's do this. I already did this. Okay. Oh. Oh, he has a blue card. He's a blue card. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. It's impossible. But I put that card in my hand. What was that, Miss Orley? No, I nearly said, I have... Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Was it easy for you to cheat code? Right? I'll tell you. He merely needs a friend. Comrade, shall we say. The deal. Huh. Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Warden? She's a cheater. A professional one. Yeah! Order! Order! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. Oh, Apollo. Your Honor, these recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But they put that card in Mr. Wright's hand. Here we go. Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Ooh. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine the altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing this Miss Olga Orley, are you? And for justice, there are 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley? It appears she had lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice, Your Honor. Seems to have presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. And that means? This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at the time. What? That's it. I held out. I see no point in prolonging this trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Mr. Wright? You can't find a trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Spewing? Why did I say spewing? Oh my god, I cannot speak today. Think. One of the cards had a different color back. Don't you wonder what it means? Oh, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right now when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous! Mr. Payne, what you of all people should know? Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. He sure does. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. Now he wants to talk. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. 2 decks of the club with different colored backs, blue and red. One color per deck. Why use different colored backs? We use the same color, the 2 decks might mix. We used different colors and they still got mixed? We used the red deck for last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I had this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. Sure, someone said something with blue cards. It was card swap. Whatever, in the end, one card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means that there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck, seemed to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. The last game. When was the card swapped? When? There were 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh. It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards are swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? What? Love? Okay, so if it was after... If it was before the murder, obviously that would be for the cheat. During the murder, sense. And after the murder, it'd be a cover up, but after? Perhaps it happened after the murder? What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? It's like silly or impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh? Even the backs of the cards are different colors? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah? Quite true. That would mean the blue card in question swapped after the hands were shown. After that. Okay, this is going past silly and straight onto crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Indeed. That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orton. Okay, so who's swapped the red card and the blue? What? Olga says she put it into Phoenix's deck. Didn't she? Obviously, Phoenix didn't do it. Well, Olga, didn't she say she swapped it? Why, it must have been Olga Orly who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence of cheating. That does make some sense. Sorry. There's a problem with that explanation. Huh? The swapped card was in the wrong deck. Yes, a blue card was stuck into a red hand. I see the card from the wrong deck, and the backs are different colors. Remember that you're talking about Olga Orly. She was the dealer. I really think she would make such a modest mistake. Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making it. Oh, right. Okay, so where's that right? Swap the right. Okay, then it had to have been someone else because it wasn't Phoenix. Who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orly either. Well, what are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. With offense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? Just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. If the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking about how much fun all this is. Fun? How confusing. I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card was the defendant and it wasn't Miss Orly, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find out, indeed, after the murder. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong colored card. The one who did the swap didn't know the two colors of the cards would be fake. The other mistake was the number. Right. The person replaced the piece with a king. The one who swapped wasn't expecting it. All they knew was there was a game that had been won with a full house. So they picked a king from the table and swapped it in. That does make sense. But there's one problem. According to our case records, this person doesn't exist. You know that? You know that? This is our inference so far, Winston. First off, not true, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility. Person. That was my drink falling over. No, it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there the night the scene of the crime. What? Who is he about to tell us? Only the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. The parliament proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in the room. I believe this nonsense, evidence shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that's the problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well. This trial will resume in 20 minutes. Okay. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. Suddenly claim there was another person in the scene of a crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well, if you know the answer to that. Being serious, are we? Sadly, no time for mysteries. I only ask that you leave your defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you don't know that one bit, Crystal. Justice? Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me in his chamber, so carry on without me. You did well, Paul.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Is that locked?
Is that from yours, Mr. Wright? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in it. Just surprised to hear that you have a daughter. Most people are. I'm assuming you're one of these days. One more question. Who did she get that night? Was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. It's not unreasonable you think that I might cheat. Oh, never. Honest, but it's odd that you managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Wanna know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker's all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orton. She would testify for an actor in certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Paul. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. Oh, but I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will. Soon. Oh, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone. What? There are many reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. But Paul, I need you to be defending me. I need your power. My, power? No, you're in the court to steal with us special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. To be continued. Alrighty. Well. Yes, I am saving my progress. Yes, in this save slot. Cool. Well. I'm going to end this one here today. Thank you so much for tuning in if you did. I will pick up where we left off next time. So I really hope you enjoyed. And,
leave your comments and theories down below of what you think is going to happen next, because I'd love to see it. Anyway, hope you have a great rest of your day. Mute Aura out.